Hey, everybody. If I haven't met you, I'm Bill Wallace, and I'm the pastor here at Hope Church. It is just our honor to host this for these amazing young men. We just see it as a privilege to be able to do that. This is really cool. Hopefully, you have seen the pictures of when they were smaller. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and then once they come in. Try not to be shocked at just how tall they've all gotten. All right, this will be very fun. If you would, please join me in prayer. Holy God, thank you so much. Thank you for being a God of the present, a God who is here with us right now. Thank you for being a God who has been on this journey, this entire process as well, who has been walking with these young boys into young men, who has been just working with them in their life, meeting them where they're at, through all the folks surrounding them, through their family, through their friends, through other scouts and scoutmasters. Thanks that now we get to celebrate a really, really cool completion of a journey that then doesn't end here as well. God, we know that you are always going to continue to walk with us. And so as much as we celebrate what has been and what is right now in this present, that you are a God of the future, and that you will continue to walk with them and all of us in these days to come. Holy God, for the blessings that you pour on us in this day and with what we have before us, we give you thanks and praise. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? Please stand for the presentation of the colors. Color guard, advance the colors. Color guard, halt. Color guard, prepare to post the colors. Post the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. You may be seated.
For those of you who don't, I guess there's a live cast, so I better be in front of the microphone. Normally, I don't need a microphone. Those of you who know me know that I'm a loud individual to begin with. Want to say thank you, welcome for coming out, to come out with us to help celebrate this wonderful special evening for these boys. Scouts has meant a lot to me over my life, from being the Cub Master of Pack 42, followed up, while concurrently sometimes the Scoutmaster of Troop 42 as well. So I got to see a lot of these boys when they were in Cub Scouts and saw through the first couple years here in Boy Scouts. And tonight's a night that most of them will remember for the rest of their lives, and I'll give you an example. Throw the time clock way back, September 12th, 1989. That was the night I got my Eagle Scout. And it's a date that I remembered long more than my anniversaries or anything else in my life. I remembered that date I got my Eagle Scout because it was such a great honor to finally get there. It's a long time, a lot of work is put in. One of the things I love about Scouts, it's a safe place to fail. No one's going to go hungry. People are going to have accidents. It's about recovery from those accidents, learning from those things, and learning valuable life lessons all the way along. In full awareness of the challenge of the times, the parents of these young men, the scout leaders of these young men, have labored long and faithfully. Their efforts culminate tonight in their presentation of the Eagle Scout Award. I ask the troop to now illuminate us on the path to Eagle.
we're going to do the scout law.
Scout is trustworthy. Scout is loyal. Scout is friendly.
Scout is thrifty. is obedient.
Um, all right. David. David Doherty. We would like to introduce David Doherty from Troop 42, our master of ceremony for this Eagle Scout.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Just want to, like I said, I'm Dave Doherty, the Scoutmaster Troop 42. And like Ken said, it's you might have noticed it was a little out of order, but hey, it's a safe place to fail, or get to try it. So that's all right. Well, good. Well, we wanted to welcome all. Thank you, afternoon, all the honored guests, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, scouters. Like I said, my name is David Doherty. Today we have the pleasure of recognizing Daniel, Ryan, Nick, and Austin as our Eagle candidates, and his parents and Scouts leaders. Like I said, his parents and Scout leaders have labored long and faithfully to develop these boys towards responsible citizenship through the Scouting program. These efforts now have culminated in the presentation of the Eagle Award. Success of these efforts, however, only will be manifested in the way the new Eagle sets social patterns for the rest of his life. So we will now, also say achieving Eagle is a long and arduous task. I will outline the trail to the rank of Eagle. So Scouting is no doubt one of the greatest organizations in the world to foster the ideas of citizenship. It is a little wonder that so many in our nation's greatest leaders, I need my glasses on, no wonder. I gotta read this. As of the earliest leadership experiences in Scouting, the total development from childhood to adulthood depends on physical, mental, and moral growth expressed in the Scout Law and Scout Oath. The skills are so demanding that the challenge is so great that it is not surprising only a small percentage of Scouts achieve the rank of Eagle Scout. Let us now reflect upon the trail to Eagle, which a young man must undertake. If you refer to your program, you can say, so the first one will be Scout. So come up. Our boys will present. Okay, turn around and read. All right, there you go.
I am the Scout. This is when you learn the meaning of the Scout Oath, law and outdoor code. I am the foundation of all that follows. A
Fleur-de-lis.
Waiting for more skills and symbols to be added.
To become a Scout, a youth must understand and promise to live by the Scout Oath and law. Tenderfoot. Come on up, Tenderfoot.
I am Tenderfoot. My 3 points stand for the 3 points of the Scout Oath. Duty to God, to the country, and duty to other people, and duty to yourself. You will find me on the Mariner's Compass, forever pointing the way to the North Star, forever pointing the way to the North Star in a safe journey in life. On my face are 2 stars representing truth and knowledge. The shield is an emblem of a nation molded together in justice, and evil guards the freedom of my land.
All right. So the scout must demonstrate basic skills in camping, first aid, rope work, and safety to become a tenderfoot. He begins to demonstrate pastoral spirit, improves his physical fitness and citizenship. Second class, come on up.
Second class and of high school are turned up in the willing smile of the scout on my face is our motto, be prepared, and suspended from me is the knot tied there to remind you of the slogan of the Boy Scouts of America, do a daily turn.
All right, good job. Become a second class, a tenderfoot works together with the patrol to cook meals, run a good campsite. He develops a more advanced first aid skills, plus map and compass, swimming, and fire skills. He is introduced to the concepts of service to others and leadership, as well as self-sufficiency. First class, come on down.
I am the first class. I was a tenderfoot and laid my course by the stars of truth and knowledge, and girded myself with the righteousness of justice and freedom. I added a smile that I might be a friend to all, and bound myself together with the knot of duty to others.
All right. A first class scout has reached a level of skills, though he is ready to take care of himself in the wild. He can handle tough situations such as finding directions with no compass and helping others that need first aid. He has led his patrol and is ready to perform more leadership at the troop level. Star.
I am the star. Now that I can stand alone, I've earned the right to improvement on my own. To me goes the honor of choosing my field. Before me lies a horizon of endless opportunity.
All right. To become a Star Scout, the Scout works on his character by leading and serving others. He practices living by the Scout Oath in his everyday life and earns a total of 6 merit badges, 4 of which must be from the Eagle required list. And we have life. Oh, wait, well, let me finish doing that one. Life.
I am life. I have shown the whole world that scouting is in my heart. I have mastered the known knowledge of subjects that will benefit my country and my fellow men. I am ready to reach for my wings to fly.
So Life Scout has actively participated in his patrol and troop activities for at least 10 months, providing leadership and services to other scouts and people in his community. He has demonstrated leadership and scout spirit. His activities and behavior show that his character is growing towards the expectations of an eagle. To become a Life Scout, he has earned a total of 11 merit badges, including 7 from the required Eagle list. Oh. Yeah, we don't want it to burn down. All right. Okay, that should be fun. And finally, we do have Eagle. We had a
I am Eagle. Since the beginning of time, man has used my brothers and me as a symbol of royalty, power, victory, and valor. My strength and courage have inspired men throughout the ages.
So the Eagle Scout is a culmination of all the efforts of the Scout. A Scout must earn 21 merit badges and various crafts and skills. 11 of these badges are required for the Scout I guess now it's Scouting America instead of Boy Scouts. Scouts, Eagle Scout Award has helped you. Okay. Hopefully, okay. It says, after a scout has completed the requirements for the rank of Eagle, he must be reviewed by an Eagle Board of Review. This Board of Review meets to assure that the ideals of scouting and the esteem of the Eagle rank are upheld. All right, very good. So I'd officially like to call, I get a part to read the card, by authority invested in me by the National Court of Honor and the Boy Scouts of America, or now Scouting America, I hereby declare the Court of Honor open. And let the Master of Ceremonies take over.
At this point, we'd like to ask our Eagle Scouts to come forward. Daniel, with your parents. Ryan, with your parents. Nick and Austin, also with your parents, please. Come forward. Have a seat up front. Parents, you're going to stay up here for just a moment, so don't go have your seat. Come up around your kids. Just hang out up here for a second with us, wherever you can. I've been asked to let the parents now tell a little story about their child and maybe something that happened to them in their scouting event. And the one that I remember the best from these guys, I hate to do it, I'm going to pick on Daniel, all right? This was back in Cub Scouts. We were out at one of our first family camps. This is the first time that our pack had decided to go out and camp overnight. We'd do it over Memorial Day weekend. We'd give an opportunity to earn different things, one of which was this little card like a totem chip, okay? And that allowed him, once he's done that and proven that he knows knife safety and knows how to handle himself, that he can then carry a pocket knife with him, okay? So he earns the card, he works really hard, he earns the card that weekend, and he's off in the fenced-in area that they can do this. Every one of them, there were 4 of them, they were in each individual corners. Everybody was away from one another. A few minutes later, Daniel comes up to me. He says, I don't remember exactly what you said, but you showed me your thumb, and it was completely red. Daniel had to go to the emergency room and get stitches right then and there. I had to take away his card. So if y'all would like to, it's not mandatory, but if there's a story you guys would like to share about your Scouts journey, please do so.
Mine goes with, I was at home at the time, so I get a call, and it's, hi, this is Ken. I should have thought, uh-oh. But he was in good hands.
He was in good hands.
Well, one of the things I wanted to share is we went to Scout Camp. This is a place called Camp Parsons over on Hood Canal, and it was Daniel's first Scout Camp. And, you know, parents sometimes get a little bit anxious about how well your kids is going to do. And I would kind of like, I hope he gets this merit badge and that merit badge. And one of the things they need to do is be able to build a fire and like use 3 matches, no more than 3 matches to get the fire going. And so I'm kind of worried about this. And so they have to get like tinder and kindling and build start with a little bit of something to get the fire going, and then kind of and it has to be burning for at least 3 minutes, as I remember. And I said, okay, Daniel, you can do this. And a lot of the other scouts were sitting around, and we're trying to tell Daniel, this is how you do it. You got to do this. You got to do that. And then Ken said, you guys back away. Let him do it. And I thought, oh, okay. You know, and in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, we need to help him. He says, let him try. He needs to be able to try and do this. And this is where Ken had actually, he talked about being a safe place to fail. This is where I realized it's okay if it doesn't work. What happens? He gets to try it again. He's not, doesn't get kicked out of Scouts if you can't build the fire. You're always a Scout. You get to do it again. And it actually dawned on me that that's the way we need to think in our life. You know, we need to be able to build the fire and try again. And that was something that that moment was kind of an eye opener for me. But I enjoyed seeing these kids. Ryan, you know, as a Cub Scout, you know, I remember we were trying to learn how to do knots at our house. And I'm teaching him knots, and look over, and Ryan's all tied up. He's around the chair and everything. And one of my fond memories. And Austin, the story that you told about just recently when you were at NYLT, there were coyotes around, and you guys were, the coyotes started coming closer and closer, and you guys had to hide in the restroom, as I remember. Yeah. And that was, you know, kind of an adventure, you know, hiding from the coyotes. And Nick, I remember when you cooked, first time you cooked the meal, and I think it was steak. Was it steak or yeah? And I was really impressed at how well you cooked your meal. And I thought, well, he's doing pretty good. So it was fun to see them actually learn to do some of these things, cook, build the fire, and even if they made a mistake, it was still okay. So that's what I like to share.
So I actually don't like talking in front of people. I'm very much of an introvert. So my son, before he started scouting, he was very much an introvert. Wanted to play on his computer, didn't want to socialize with people, didn't like talking with people. And through this entire journey, through Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts and all the activities that he has done, doing all these all this fun stuff, he has very much grown to be not quite not an introvert, but he actually can talk to people now a lot better than I can. And I'm very proud that he has actually come so far, and he has made this step to an Eagle Scout, just like his grandfather.
I'm Andy, Austin's dad, and I hope I can talk a little bit more about some of the stuff he's done. But one of the main things that I thought was funny is Camp Parsons. It was his first scout camp, and it was about in the middle of the night, and I hear screaming, "I can't see! I can't see!" You know, and he's screaming and crying. So we come out and we find out that he was trying to go to the bathroom, and he had ran into a tree, and he had knocked his glasses off. So I don't know, he's probably 13 or something like that, but it was we were freaking out. You know, it was right outside of the adult sleeping area, and it was just a really funny thing that happened. You know, everything, we got it finally taken care of, and he was able to, he might have been sleepwalking, but I have a couple other things to talk about later on if we have a chance.
I'm Ryan's mom, Stacy. So the first, when he was transferring from Cub Scouts to Scouts, he was checking out the troops. Well, 42 had a camp out at Fire Mountain. And he and the other older boys, they were showing him around this floating dock down at the lake. So they're teaching him how to jump onto the dock. While he did jump on the dock took off. It got detached from the shore with all the scouts on it, floating across the lake. And then they just got to the other side of the lake, got off, left the dock, and nobody knew why the floating dock was not where it was supposed to be. And how a scout is supposed to be prepared, his first camp out, he forgot his water bottle. So but he's, grown up and now fully prepared.
Yeah, I'm Nick's dad. I don't have any crazy stories other than, just the most memorable for me, and I hope Nick, is summer camp. There's only a limited number of summer camps that you have once you join Scouts, and it goes by quick, and we had a lot of fun. I don't think we did one summer camp, that was the same, and a couple in Oregon, a couple in Idaho, and then Washington. So good times. For those that are still in Scouts, for the parents, I recommend you go because there's just a handful. So no embarrassing stories. Sorry.
All right, friends, I'll let you guys go ahead and have a seat now. Thank you guys very much for sharing. Okay, so we're going to get into a little bit more serious things, some of the real business that we have to do, and I've been asked to do the Eagle Charge. David will come up in a second and do the real formal part of it, but yeah, so I'm going to read off my script here, otherwise I'm going to go totally sideways, as everybody already knows. I have the honor to give you the Eagle Scout Charge on the occasion of your elevation to the highest rank in Scouting. Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history, and you have been counted worthy of the highest rank. All of you know, all who know you rejoice in your achievement. Obviously, this is a pretty packed room, guys, and it's all for you. Your position, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are marked men. You are marked men. The rest of your life, you're going to be able to tell people you're an Eagle Scout, and people are going to expect a lot from you. And that's not meant to be scary, okay? Not at all. But you'll also find other Eagle Scouts. When you talk about it, you'll find there are a lot of other Eagle Scouts out there. I have no idea how many total there are, millions. It's amazing. I have run across Eagle Scouts in every avenue of my life. See, I keep going off. I keep getting off track. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your fellow Scouts. Your responsibility goes beyond your fellow Scouts to your country and your God. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these things depend, for the most part, on the quality of her citizens. And you guys are starting off at a higher level from what you've learned, what you've been able to do. You're already getting up there. Our country has a great past. You're here to make the future greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only towards the best. Live up to every task you do, every office you hold, to the highest level of service to God and your fellow man. So live and serve, so those who know you will be inspired to the finest living. We have too many who use their strength and their brains to exploit others and to gain to selfish ends. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and abilities to the common good. Build America on solid foundations of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. And whatever others may say or do, you leave behind a record of which every scout may be justly proud. On behalf of this Court of Honor and the Mount Baker Council, Scouting America, it is with the high hope that you will always represent the finest character and citizenship. We welcome you into the Brotherhood of Eagle Scouts. This is where it always goes wrong for me. Brotherhood of Eagle Scouts, and to congratulate you, your parents, and your scout leaders. David.
Good. All right, would all Eagle Scouts present and future, please rise. I'll do the Eagle Promise. That's all adults that have ever earned it as well. Let's see. Please join me as I administer the Scout Promise. Okay. Scouts, please give me the Scout sign and repeat after me. I, state your name.
I, Austin Daniel.
Affirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. The Scout Oath, that's fine. Let's see. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best. To make my training an example of my rank. And my influence counts strongly. And for better citizenship. In my home. In my community. And in my contacts with other people. To this, I pledge my sacred honor. Thank you. All those scouts, please take a seat. Candidates, please remain standing. All right. Parents are forward. I, by the virtue of the authority vested me by the National Council of Scouting America, I hereby award the rank of Eagle Scout to Daniel Larson, Ryan Kepley, Nick Jackson, Dominic Jackson, and Austin Smith. All right, very good. All right. All right, let's see. I guess we do the presentation. Well, let's see.
Invite up the committee chair for presentation of pins.
All right, committee chair for presentation of the pins.
That would be me. And I'm not this tall, so we'll see how my voice projects. Perfect. There you go. Yeah, I'm really this short. Hi, everyone. For all of you who I have not gotten a chance to meet yet, my name is Beverly Gorley, and I am proudly serving as your committee chair with Troop 42. It is an honor to share in this celebration, and we are also celebrating our parents of these Eagle Scouts. Prior to the presentation of each of the parent pins, I wanted to share a bit of the history and how these pins have become a part of recognition within the program. So it was back in the earliest years of Scouts, which was in the 1920s, we didn't actually have an official uniform. Most of it were copies of military uniforms, adapted with special BSA insignia and other items to distinguish it from a military uniform. Fast forward, it wasn't until the 1960s, one of the craft projects for a Cub Scout project was to make a pin holder for their mother. The mom would then proudly wear the piece of material with a safety or a straight pin on the backside during pack meetings. And this therefore became, when the Cub Scout ranks came about, each mother would pin one of the versions of the pin holders, the pins on those ribbons. So today, the purpose of these parent ribbons is to allow visibility for parents to display their pride in their child's scouting achievements and to also serve as a symbol of their involvement in the program. So today, let's honor parents, your scouts, in their advancements with a pin to match their earned rank of Eagle Scout. If I could ask for each of the mothers to come up of these Eagle Scouts. Will each of you Eagle Scouts please honor your mothers and present them their mother's pin? Thank you, mothers. If y'all can have a seat, please. And also the fathers of these Eagles, if you could please come up to your Eagle Scout. Eagles, please present your fathers with their pins. Thank you, fathers. You all can be seated. Here in just a moment, each of the Eagles will speak about their mentors, and each of their mentors will be presented also a pin. These pins have shown the years of dedication and the involvement to support each of these scouts on their journey. Thank you.
Who's going first? No, it's that certificate first. Oh, you want to do certificate first? Oh, okay. Dennis, can you please come forward for some certificates?
No. Hello, my name is Dennis Ives. I'm the Chartered Org representative from American Legion Post 181, Memorial Post 181, which sponsors Troop 42 and PAC 42. With me tonight is Dave Amlin. He's the commander of the post. He's also going to be awarding some certificates too. I have the honor of presenting your certificates of achievement or rank to each and every one of you. So start with Daniel. Congratulations. Ryan. Nick, congratulations. Thank you. And Austin, congratulations. Thank you. Dave.
American Legion, Lake Stevens Post, Memorial Post 181, as the sponsoring organization of the Troop 42, we're very proud to present these gentlemen with an outstanding certificate of achievement and for the hard work and the effort that they put into to become an Eagle Scout. So, Daniel? Congratulations. Ryan? Congratulations. Nick? Congratulations. And Austin? Congratulations. Thank you. Right. Thank you. Good work.
All right. Who's going first then?
For our mentors? Huh? Oh, speech. Oh, okay. Scouting's been a journey for quite a couple of years for me, like maybe around 12 or something years. So but yeah, it's like it's taught me throughout my life, and it's helped me become a better person. And like I said, it's like scouting is a safe place to fail because it's a safe place to grow. It has taught us to become better people, and better with compassion, service, and leadership. And as we've gone through this journey, we have been able to serve our community, learn, and be able to go out and see our amazing Earth. And yeah, it's like many have been on this journey with us as we have gone on this journey together. And it's been a wonderful journey. Thank you.
I haven't been in scouting as long as Daniel has. I started a bit late in Cubs. I started as an arrow. Originally, when I joined scouting, I didn't really think much of it. I thought, oh, I'll make friends and hang out with them, and that's all I would be. But then I started to become much more than that, and I started to learn more, and I started to do things that I probably wouldn't have been able to do as young as I was. If it wasn't for scouting, like my dad said before, I have definitely learned how to talk to people in front of people better. And there's been a lot of growth. And I had a lot of fun with it. I made up new friends and seeing all sorts of things happen. I stuck to it even when things got difficult through COVID, where a lot of Cubs and other scouts dropped out because it sort of lost its thing. But then after COVID, we all got back together and started to get better again. It was really nice. And I got a lot of new stories to tell to new people I meet thanks to scouting. One involves my sister. She will hate me if I tell it. So I think I have an obligation. I have an obligation to tell this one. She has forbade me from telling it to anyone since now. But well, I think it's only fair that now I'm an Eagle. I should be told. This all happened in Cub Scouts, by the way. Well, we were all young, and we wanted to go out and play and have some fun. We were at Fire Mountain at the time, and we were playing a game called Hide and Go Hunt. You hide in a spot, the hunter goes out and tries to find you. You have to get to a safe point to win the game. And I got caught, so I was now one of the hunters, and I wanted to go tag my sister out. So while she was running towards the safe zone, I extend my arm. She unconsciously, of course, tries to push it out of the way, unrealizing that there is a sharp, pointy, short s'more stick made by my brother in the hand. And I got stabbed right above right up here. It was a shallow wound, but it has scarred over the years. It was, at least it was over here, yeah. That happened. And, of course, my mom, no stitches required. My mom just slapped a big Band-Aid on it and called it good. I also learned that fire is a very favorite thing of mine. I like it a lot. It sounds nice. It is pretty, and it helps us do all sorts of things. But fire doesn't like you. And I have learned throughout many times that when something's been in contact with fire, you should not touch it. It took me a while to learn that lesson. But it's been a long run, and I think I'm going to keep doing it. Keep just probably when I'm older, support other Cub Scouts and them as they take the journey through scouting, and hope more can become Eagle Scouts in the future.
First, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I'm not one for speeches, so I'm going to keep this somewhat brief. I've been in Scouts since the 5th grade. That's almost 40% of my life that I've been a part of this troop. It's been a long journey through multiple stages of my life. Over this time, I've gotten to know a lot of people, some briefly, some for a long while. I've gotten to experience some of the greatest memories in my life with this group, whether that was jumping off a pier at my first summer camp or flipping a kayak in the middle of the lake at Fire Mountain during COVID. I also got to race through Easton with a banana on the last day of camp as a send-off. That was really fun. Through all my years with the Troop 42, I've become the man I am today. Of course, scouting isn't all about the camping. It is also about ranking up and trying to achieve Eagle. When I first joined, I didn't know if I wanted to get Eagle. The leaders around me highly encouraged it, but I was very intimidated by the shadow it cast. It wasn't until around first class that I committed and said, okay, I'm gonna do this. I was still very intimidated, and it was a long journey, and it took me way longer than I thought it was gonna. It's taught me the life lessons of patience and perseverance. Things in life are not gonna come easy for you. You have to do the heavy lifting yourself, and you must be willing to make that climb. A few years ago, I fell in love with movies. It became my dream to become a director. I was very intimidated by it at first because the arts is not easy to get into, and it's very hard to make it. But Scouts taught me to keep going and persevere, and now I'm not so intimidated. I've taken lots of classes, worked on many short films, including directed one and working on one right now. I'm also in the middle of writing my first feature-length script and hope to sell it soon. I haven't quote-unquote made it yet, but I know that I'm going to eventually because of Scouts. You may be doing the heavy lifting yourself, but you can always have people to help. So to finish the speech, I would like to thank a few people. I'd like to thank my Scoutmasters, Ken, Tim, and David, for keeping this troop alive even during the hard times. I would also like to thank my assistant Scoutmasters, all of them including Nathan, and especially Dan and Ed for helping me with my project. And lastly, I'd like to thank my mom and dad. You guys were a lot of help, and my family. And of course, all the boys. It wouldn't be worth it without you guys. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name's Austin. I'm so grateful to be an Eagle Scout. I'm very immensely grateful for all the people who helped me out and pushed me to achieve Eagle. It was really not an easy journey, but in the end, it was worth it. Scouting has taught me many life lessons, such as how to become a successful leader, responsibility, and taking action when needed. I have really enjoyed making great memories while in scouting, and I'd like to thank my mentor Nathan and Ken and David for all of their guidance throughout the years and with my Eagle project. Thank you to my mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, and all my other family members for believing in me. Thank you.
Come up to the microphone, don't I? There's one thing that we hadn't touched on yet tonight, which I think is a pretty important statistic. And last time I've checked into it, it was 2 out of 100. There's 2 Scouts make Eagle out of 100 Scouts, kids in scouting. Okay, so we have 4 of them up here right now. That's pretty good odds. And Dan and I were talking about it earlier. Dan, I don't remember who was I talking about it with earlier. That this troop seems to have a higher than that average. And I would absolutely agree with that. I've seen a lot of the boys coming into the program and the tenacity that they have to finish this large mountain that's put in front of them to climb on their own and have their own success. So congratulations, you guys, again. At this point, I'd like to invite Pastor Bill to come back up and provide our closing prayer.
Fantastic. All right. Yes, so I think most of you know that there's a reception right afterwards, and we're super thankful for you to be able to jump into that. There's a ton of good food and all that, and the only thing standing between you and that is me. So let me tell you a story. No, I'd love it. Please join me in prayer. God, thank you so much again for this journey. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for working in the lives of so many people, and we cannot wait to see what you do next in partnership here. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
If I could have the senior patrol leader and get ready for flags, please. Come up and present.
May everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. For the color guard advance. Color guard, prepare to retire the colors. Retire the colors. Color guard, retreat. Color guard, halt. 2. You may be dismissed to go get food.